the 5 things that Hisoka does that nobody else is doing that makes him such a good player. So starting off at number 1 is positioning. The best players in the world know how to perfectly position themselves in every single gunfight, and Hisoka is no exception. Let's break down a couple of his clips so I can show you what he does and his mentality when going into these gunfights.
Wow.
All right, I want to start off this clip by saying that Hisoka gets knocked initially to this 1v3, right? So he pulls off a miracle and he ends up getting the self-revive off. But what he does after this is what makes him such a good player. Right here, this guy doesn't see where he knocked him. He knows he's in a 1v3. He pops his self-res. Now watch this. He sees, gets live ping to his left, pops a smoke, gets in. As he's running away, he's repositioning and plating up while he's doing this. Watch this. It's all about angle management and all about changing your position constantly and having your enemy not know what you're going to do. Hops on this car, hops on top of the roof, and catches this guy slipping by running away because he thinks he's already knocked. He's not going to kill me. It's this guy running away. Now his teammate knows where he's at. He snakes this ledge, instantly shoots this guy, gets the knock, backs up. He sees the third guy, but chooses, you know what? I'm one shot. Let me play it up and let me replay this again. He hears this guy coming up in front of him, repositions, gets a couple shots on him. Watch, gets lost in the smoke, gets behind him, gets the kill. Easy 1v3. The entire time he was focusing on his positioning, constantly focusing on moving around and constantly repositioning. Let's slow this clip down right here. So I want you guys to see Hisoka is about to engage himself into a 1v4. He sees a guy above him, gets a couple shots in him. He knows, okay, I'm at an unfavorable position. So what am I going to do? I'm going to reposition. Gets behind this head glitch, knows that they're about to get chased. Gets a knock on one of them. Knows he cracked the guy before him. Gets this full kill. The other guy's not going to challenge because he's one shot. So he's going to back up, get into a power position behind a car, get behind a head glitch, and watch this. Gonna get this guy in front of him, reload, does not have a lot of bullets, and says, you know what? I'm gonna back off of this. I'm gonna smoke and get away because he now has 2 other homies with him. Smoked, got away, gets around this corner, knows he's getting pinged, smokes again. This is constantly repositioning. How many times do you see players being like, oh, you know what? I can do it. I can 1v4. Hisoka tries to take the higher probability gunfights all the time. Right here, smoking, use 3 smokes, zigzagging the entire time, throws this ammunition box, refills his ammo, pops a nade on the door and another nade on the other door. He's gonna crack one, then knock the other one with the second nade. Watch this. Gets a knock, instantly challenges this guy because he knows he's gonna be weak. Gets a knock, but unfortunately chooses to kind of take an ego chow here. Slides across, switches to the ARs, guys in his face, and he dies. So the biggest thing I want you to take away from that clip is how much Hisoka was able to zigzag, weave in and out, and he didn't really challenge anything that he knew was a lower percentage gunfight. So every time you're playing Warzone, I want you to think about that. What is the percentage of me winning this fight? Am I taking a 50-50 or am I 80% gonna win this and they might pull off the 20%? For Hisoka, he always tries to raise his percentages as much as possible, reposition to try to make sure that he wins every single gunfight. So for number 2 is movement. Now movement, I want you guys to remember, it's not all about slide canceling and breaking cameras. Movement can also be repositioning, knowing how to take proper headies, and knowing how to position yourself where you probably will win every single gunfight. So let's look at a couple clips and we'll break them down.
You're fine. Someone's landing on you.
Uh-oh, I think I have eyes. I'm getting landed at.
Okay, so biggest takeaway from this clip is I want you guys to see how he uses smokes to his advantage to help with his movement. So it's not necessarily just about slide canceling. Yes, he does slide cancel, he does break cameras here, but the biggest thing that he does is he's isolating while also using his movement efficiently. So right there, slide canceled, broke this guy's camera, killed him. Now pop the smoke to give him time to play it up and to reload his gun. Now watch this. This is a 1v3, got one. He has 2 people on him. Right here, these smokes are being used as a distraction to split them up, and you could consider this movement as well. Isolating, using the pillars, running around them, sees these guys in front of him, backs up, throws a nade to isolate. Not necessarily just to get the knock or get the crates. It's literally just to isolate. Right here, waits for this guy, prones, gets the kill, runs behind the pillar, slide cancels, breaks this guy's camera, gets a couple shots in, had no idea what he's doing. So this clip that you guys just saw is a more traditional clip. This is a 1v3, 1v4, and he uses his movement, but also isolating them at the same exact time. So watch, he's gonna see somebody underneath him, doesn't know how many, and he's gonna drop down. He's gonna end up seeing this guy as he's falling down, and he's gonna get the knock. It's this kill right here, puts bullets into him, knocks him. Now, this is very important what he does next. He doesn't know how many people are gonna be here. So he's gonna come in, get the full kill. Here's a guy in front of him. Watch this. Gets the ping on this guy. Gonna get his full kill first. Now, right away, he notices, okay, this is not one, this is two. Throws a nade, puts a couple shots into them, throws a smoke. He knows he cannot win this gunfight just 1v2ing. Throws another nade to isolate, throws a smoke, and gets out of there. Most people would have just taken the chow and just fought that off rip. What he does, takes a smoke, throws nades to isolate. That's giving him time. That's giving him seconds to heal up or reload. He backs up. Now, he's still going to get pushed, right? He gets one. The other guys were weak. Going to back up here. Throwing nades to isolate again. Not necessarily going for a knock here, but hopefully to get damage or push them back so he can reload and play it up. He's going to get behind this pillar, move around. Watch this. This entire time, he's just trying to think of, okay, how can I mess with the enemy's head? They have no idea where he's at, continuing to throw smokes. Now, this guy behind him, he's going to push left. He's going to think this guy left, and he's going to see if he can maybe wrap and hopefully get an angle on Soka, but Soka says no. Watch this. Sees this guy pushing up to his right. Gets a couple shots at him. Does not get the knock. Rechows. Gets this knock right here. It's a knock. Now, Ilya killed ya. That's that guy's name. We're going to see him right now again. He's going to back up. More than likely now, he's in a 1v2. Now, this guy above him, flying in. That's probably this guy's team. Five pings him, gets a couple shots, doesn't hit him. Now, he hears this guy right here, right in front of him to his right. This entire time, using his movement to isolate, not necessarily breaking the cameras, right? You're going to slide in on this guy. We're going to get the kill. Easy, easy knock. Not a hard job by Soka. It's good. Now, he knows there's one guy left, but it could be two if the guy that flew above him was on the same team. Knows he killed him in front of him on the minimap where the shotgun shell is, where it's live ping. Now, he's going to go. He's going to throw a nade in there. I'm going to be honest. This was a crazy lucky nade, but still gets the kill. So right here, he's going to throw a nade. It's a lucky stick. Now, knocks this guy right here. Doesn't knock him, actually. Yeah, now he knocks him. Boom. It's the knock. Jumps in. He knows this guy's going to be weak. Ilya was the guy he originally knocked, so there's only one more left. Easy 1v3, 1v4. Soka used his movement and isolated each individual person to try to make that 1v3, 1v4 into 3 separate 1v1s. So if there's anything that I want you guys to take away from these movement clips, is that it's not always about slide canceling, YYing, and just running at your opponents. It's about using that, but while also using your surroundings to kind of enhance and supplement your movement. Those clips that we just broke down, Soka the entire time was moving around corners, throwing smokes, throwing nades, but while also slide canceling and using that to help supplement his movement. Coming in at number 3 is centering. One thing you're going to notice about Soka is his centering is always on point. This is what separates really great players from the good. Now, what exactly is centering? Centering is made up of 2 things. Pretty much putting your center dot where you think the enemy is about to be, and then secondly, making sure that center dot is on the enemy before aiming down sight. You can tell whether your centering is good or bad depending on how you have to adjust your aim after you fully aim down sight. So let's break down some clips so I can show you what I mean. So for this clip, the biggest thing I want you guys to focus on is his center white dot everywhere he's at. Look at how close it is to the enemy before he aims down sight. It's a knock on this guy. Now this entire time, watch, he's gonna use the cover right behind him, and I want you to pay attention to his dot. He knows he's getting flown on, instantly puts his center dot and then aims down sight. He has to adjust very minusculely and gets this knock right here. And watch this. He's gonna get up from here, from his peripheral, sees this guy jumping out, right? That right there, that was considered poor centering because he had to aim down sight and then adjust. Sees this other guy, puts his aim where he thinks this guy's gonna be, then adjusts. Right there, that is a perfect example of good centering and bad centering. The goal I always want you guys to always get through your head is make sure that center dot is on your enemy before you aim down sight, so that way you have to adjust very, very little. So for this clip, same thing as always. I want you to pay attention to the center dot right in front of you, and I want you to see this. He knows that there's guys under him. He can hear them. He always stays ready by putting his center dot where he thinks the enemy's about to be. So watch. He's going to turn the corner, put it on the door. Watch this. Sees a guy in front of him, puts his center dot, then aims down sight, gets a knock on this. Now watch this chow right here. He's going to slide across, look at his center dot the entire time. This is what I think people struggle with the most, especially if you're on a high sense. Slides across, center dot, puts it on the enemy, starts shooting, keeps tracking him, then aims down sight. Now, gonna get this knock, get behind cover. Smart move right here. Same thing right here. Hisoka's centering is so good. Watch, center dot, goes to the enemy, aims down sight, crouches down to get on a head glitch, center dot, literal perfect 1v3, perfect centering. Hisoka, this is why he's so good. And if anything else that you take away from this video is get better at centering. Again, I don't want to be repetitive. Just make sure that you're always putting your center dot on the middle of the enemy's chest or even the head, wherever you want to be. But the main thing is you don't want to have to adjust after you're fully ADS'd. Coming in number 4 is IQ. Dare I say it, Hisoka's IQ might be the highest out of any player right now. The plays he's able to make and the way his brain processes certain plays are literally insane. These clips that I'm about to show you are not just public matches. These are custom games against the best players in the world.
I can throw this one up.
Got 4 remaining. Stay sharp.
Broken teams, you guys gotta come back. We're gonna row.
Yeah. You have to. No, you stay here without picking PDS.
Before I break this down, let me paint the picture for you. This is a $10,000 tournament against the best players in the world. Hisoka is in a 1v6 right now with both his teammates dead. If he wins this game, his team wins the entire tournament. Okay, so for this clip right here, I want you guys to try to get into Hisoka's mental state right here. He's in a 1v6 against the best players in the world, and he knows there's a buy station in front of him. That is probably his only hope right here. What is he gonna do? He makes the absolute most big brain play I've ever seen. Honestly, I'm very surprised he didn't get shot out here. He jumps across, sees that there's a buy station, right? Now, for those of y'all who didn't know, he has a PDS, right? That's the thing on the bottom right of your screen. He has a PDS, and if you throw that on a buy station, it reopens up the buy station and you can use it again. So both his teammates are dead. He's the last one up. He's getting shot at as he's rotating in. Watch this. This play to be stuck in the storm, waste his gas mask is as a Hail Mary. It's all or nothing. If he dies here, it's over. This was for the tournament win. Goes all the way across while there's 3-4 other teams still fighting right now. And he's able to get the res off, right? Honestly, I watched this live. One of the craziest plays I've ever seen. And I don't think many players would have, one, had the balls to do this, and two, would have even thought about doing this. So finally, he gets to the buy station, throws his PDS to the buy, is able to re-enable it, buy both his teammates back. And of course, his two teammates are probably 2 and 3 in the world right now, or if any of them are all top 3 in the world. They're going to win this game. Both of them drop down, end up getting the win. It was literally picture perfect. Again, the IQ to do this under high stakes 1v7 while you're getting shot at, not many players would do it. Hisoka, in my opinion, has solidified himself as one of the greatest IQ players in the game currently.
It's still there. Weak, a little bit.
There's two. And then don't forget about that solo in the water.
Cracked.
I'm looking right a little bit.
Almost cracked again.
Start moving him down.
They're still plated up.
I know.
So for this video, it's the same thing. He's in the middle of a tournament against the best players in the world, and they were able to secure the W, but due to Hisoka's high IQ, he sees a guy to his right, gets a knock, knows there's another one there, gets his full kill. The other guy smokes, so he's gonna leave him. But he's on a crazy power position and has a crazy heady, is able to knock another person. That person he just knocked is one of the best French players in the world right now. Now, he knows there's a guy under him. He flies to him, right? Sees this guy, jumps on him, gets the knock on this. Remember, this was a 3v8 right now. It's 4 or 5 different teams in the end game. And this play right here is what solidifies their dub. He has an orange gas mask, So he chooses, all right, let me go play in the storm. Let me make the higher IQ play instead of just staying in the storm. And that's what everybody expects you to do. So here, he's able to catch his opponents off guard, be behind them because of his gas mask, gets the knock, his gas mask runs out, goes into the buy station, hits another gas mask, and that right there opens up the opportunity for his team to collapse on the last guy. If Hisoka does not make this gas play, this win becomes infinitely harder. And a lot of people will see this and not really understand how crazy it is. He makes plays like this all the time that literally separates good from great players. So to summarize IQ, Hisoka is constantly thinking 2, 3, 4, 5 steps ahead of the opponent. This is one of the things that makes him so damn good. And again, if you can watch his VODs and study him and think of the way that he thinks, I promise you, you will get better. Now, finally, at number 5 is Hisoka's ability to 1v3/1v4. You might say, oh, this is an easy feat against bots. But what if I told you the clips that I'm about to show you are against quite literally the best players in the world? Both of these are in custom games against Shifty, Diaz, and a bunch of other pro players. So let's break them down. So for this clip, this is Hisoka 1v3ing in custom games. This is not pubs. This is not against just anybody, 2 KDs, 1 KD players. These are 3 to 4 KD players right here, right? So we're gonna see Hisoka, he's gonna get weak to a couple nades, right? He's gonna come, he sees this deployable shield right here. I understand what he was trying to do, but didn't really work. He sees a guy coming up, throws a thermite. Watch, that's gonna be huge right there. Hits this guy weak with the thermite, gets the knock, throws another thermite to block that door. So if an enemy comes, they're gonna get hurt, right? This guy comes behind him. He slides, cancels, breaks his camera. He's already weak, does a 360 for fun, knocks this guy, slides across the corner, knows that this guy's coming because he gets a hit marker with his thermite, absolutely smokes all 3 of them. This was picture perfect Hisoka using the thermites to his advantage.
I'm interrogating him.
He dropped alive.
God. Get the last one. Get the last one.
I'm popping the UE. I'm popping the UE.
Pop 3. Pop it.
Go, go, go.
I'm popping mine now.
In front of me. Get the out of my game. Come here.
Entering area.
Cut him off, Ben. Cut him off. Deep right.
Portable 5 stations ready.
Where are you going?
So as you can see, this 1v3 that he just did is not against no ordinary players. This person that he's about to fight right now, that is Shifty. His name is El Campeon, right? He's about to run into him, and his shots are absolutely insane. You put everything from IQ, centering, everything positioning, and this is the result. Being able to practically 1v3 against the top 3 players in the world right now. Gets a knock on Shifty. Now, he knows he's more than likely gonna have self. So he double nades, and then he's gonna re-knock him right here, right? So again, this team is Diaz, Shifty, and Sage, the 2023 winners of the World Series of Warzone, which they're the best team right now. Now, re-knock Shifty, as you can see in the kill cam, then wraps around, and he knows, all right, where's Diaz? Where's Sage? We need to get info. So what is he gonna do? He's gonna run up to Shifty, and he's gonna interrogate him to try to see where his teammates are at. But in the process of doing that, his teammate calls out, he's dropping on you. Gets the full kill, and then absolutely breaks Sage's camera, smokes him, kills him again. Now, he knows there's one person left. This is Diaz. So what does his teammates do? They all 3 pop separate UAVs, which in turn makes an advanced UAV, finds the last one. So right there, after he pops all 3 UAVs, Diaz comes out on the mini-map, and it's just an easy 1v3. I guess you could call it 3v3. Hisoka did all the work right here and literally showed how good he is. This is against the top team in the world at that time. And I'm telling you, this should show you how good he is. Let me know if you guys enjoy these type of educational videos, and you know I'll continue to do them. Let me know who you guys want next in the comments down below.